Hello, in this video we want to show you the plugin ElementsCAD for Vectorworks. Well, after the setup process you see entries in the menu bar of ElementsCAD, and before you have to load a workspace through the tool workspace command, and you see some entries with ElementsCAD. And for example, I use elements with fundamentals. And you see afterwards on the sidebar some tools and the entry ElementsCAD. Well, I start with a small room and I define a door and a window. It's also included in ElementsCAD. And we go to right isometric view, and we can see the result with OpenGL. And in the info palette of Vectorworks you can make detail entries of the intelligent objects. But now we go directly to the cabinet maker. So I go to ElementsCAD and click on the cabinet button, and now I insert cabinet, and we see in the info palette several entries, and now I define doors, and I go to a isometric view once again, and I define a drawer. Well, basically you can see the values for the height of the cabinet, and we have, for example, a height of 600 millimeters, and we have in this segment a door. And when I go to 0, then I only have a door in this cabinet, and I can make it with frames. And you see the materials are different. Now I can define from the resource browser. I can import a material like this one, and now I can define material set, and directly I get some materials. But when I make a double click, we can assign specific materials, and I have a class tree on the left side here, and I can define the imported materials directly, and I can select them and I see the result. And for example, when I define for the body another material, then we can see the changes. But finally I get for each class a material. Each panel of the cabinet will get an individual class, and finally in the classes I have assigned all the materials. But with a double click it's much easier to assign the materials for each panel. So I make further assignments. And I define an upper shell. And besides, we can see several cabinet types like 90 degrees corner unit, or 45 degrees, or left side sloped, right side sloped, sloping ceiling. When we go to higher values, 2000 millimeters, and we can make a height with 1500 millimeters. And now I make 2 or 3 doors, and I make them 90 degrees. And now I can define here the sloping values. You can see the left two values and the right side values. And the cabinet will be sloped directly. Well, I go back to a default cabinet. Make one door and go to 600 millimeters and 740. Now I define a second segment with 150 millimeters, and here I can define as well doors or drawers, lines, something like this. I make a double click and go to the further tabs, and here I can assign materials for the cutting list, and I make entries for each panel, and I can define edges here. And finally I can go to cutting list and define a cutting list, and here I see the result, and I can copy paste it directly to Excel, for example. Besides, I can make a right click and go to define drillings. This is very interesting because when I assign drillings, I can open these drillings. This requires ElementsCAM. ElementsCAM you have also available in several languages, and these drillings I've assigned will be generated directly within Vectorworks. In the info palette we see a button, and here I can assign detail infos, and I have several tabs: front, body, drawer, back, and these are the details for these checkboxes. So if I define a handle like this one, this handle will be inserted in the front parameters. It's also very comfortable here because if I define 2 millimeters here, the values will be repeated automatically. And finally, the values will be inserted here in the front at the in these fields. Well, now I want to show you how you can work with the libraries from ElementsCAD. Well, I define a height with 740 millimeters, and I delete the second segment, and now I go to doors and make a symbol link. So now I have the possibility to go to the Elements library, go to the folder for the fronts, and I insert a folder like front 01. Beside, I can assign images like melee, and I insert the name. And you see finally the result. The same behavior we have with upper shells. Well, I define a symbol here, and now I go to the symbol folder and I define an edge like number 74, and here you can see directly the result. Now a last example. I could go here to the blend type and make a symbol as well, and make a folder and assign number 6. So if you have several specific tasks, you can release parts of the cabinet. So I make once again bigger size, and I make 3 doors, and now I can release parts of the cabinet. For example, I want to release the front as an intelligent object. Here you see 3 checkboxes because I have 3 doors, and now I can select this part, and here I make frames. And another example, I want to release the upper shell as an extrude. So now I can double click this object, define a polyline, and add the surface. Here you see the result. It's very quickly to make specific cabinets with ElementsCAD. Now I import a glass shader and make a double click and define for the filling glass.